Good morning, everybody. I just woke up. Today's gonna be a busy day. I thought I would vlog today and also start talking about my experience through the first trimester, go over symptoms and stuff like that, just sprinkled throughout my day. I need to be out of the house and ready to go in 20 minutes. I am about to feed the dogs and then I'm meeting my friend Katie for breakfast. Then I have a dentist appointment. I can't remember everything I have to do. I made a list last night because I knew it was going to be busy, but let's get on with our day while I simultaneously tell you about how miserable the first trimester was for me. Maggie is still eating her little frozen food and a little bit of kibble because she's still a puppy. So that's her diet. Sometimes Maggie's food triggers my nausea that I'm still dealing with. Oh my god. Sit, Maggie. Good girl. Now it's time for me to get ready. While I get ready, I'm gonna pour myself a cup of coffee to enjoy. Don't come at me for drinking coffee or caffeine. I'm an OB/GYN. I know what I'm doing. This is the one coffee, the pre-made Starbucks vanilla latte that I have been able to tolerate. Also, sometimes if I order a coffee at a restaurant, I'll be able to like tolerate it, but my Nespresso pods, absolutely not. They gross me out. The concept of it grosses me out. Can't be done. Makeup for the day. I need to leave the house in 15 minutes. I'm not used to doing my phone, vlog style videos, so I'm sorry if I keep looking up at the little screen. Also, the mirror is behind me. Starting off with sunscreen. Let's start talking about the first symptoms that I felt in pregnancy. So if you watched the last video, when I took my positive pregnancy test, I was about 4 weeks pregnant. And besides feeling the cramping and the really sore, swollen boobs, I felt like myself. I didn't really feel any different. I was just trying to process the fact that I was pregnant. And I didn't really feel any different. After about 2 weeks, so around 6 weeks, is when the fatigue really started to hit me. And obviously I'm an OB/GYN, so I know these symptoms and I tell everyone like the fatigue is normal, expect it in the first trimester as all of the hormones are changing. Obviously your fetus at this point is developing very quickly. There's a lot going on. My fatigue hit me so hard, but to actually experience it and live it myself, absolutely wild. Because I would get like 8-9 hours of sleep at night, and then at work, like I was still working my old job, so I was working a lot. Like I would get to the office if I was seeing patients that day, and I would want to nap during the lunch break. I would sometimes sit in my car and see if I could just like take a quick nap. And then I'd come home from work, I would nap, and then I had no energy to go to the gym. So that's when I stopped going regularly. I just wanted to sleep. When I worked a 24-hour shift, during that time, it was so difficult. I was extremely tired all of the time. I tried to strategically nap throughout my shifts as much as possible. Like at night, it was so bad. I was just like, again, I can't describe the fatigue and how tired and like unmotivated you feel, or at least I felt. Oh my god, it was, I don't want to feel that way anymore. At this point, I would also like cry about it because I just kept telling Corey, I was like, I don't feel like myself. Like I feel really lazy. Like, why am I sleeping so much? Like it was just like such a shock. And of course he was very sweet. He's like, you're growing a human, you know, this is normal, you know, all of this stuff, like gently reminding me that I should have been expecting this. Okay, while we let that concealer sit there, we're gonna do bronzer. This is a Charlotte Tilbury powder bronzer. I really like this bronzer. That looks bronzy enough. My absolute favorite to provide some sort of like lip cover. Aha! Sometimes I'll use it as blush in a pinch, but this is just the best. I felt fatigued the whole first trimester. I'm not gonna lie. I truly did, but it started at around 6 weeks. Then probably around 8 weeks is when the nausea hit. And at first it wasn't kind of bad. I would just dry heave and I wasn't vomiting. Nausea would randomly hit me. It wasn't in the morning, so it wasn't like morning sickness. It usually hit me at night and I would just get randomly really nauseous and I would just dry heave over our sink or like just like stand there and just dry heave, but no vomit would ever come. So that probably started about 8 weeks. And then the week after that is when it really just went crazy. I was so nauseous. And again, it was really unpredictable if it would hit me during the day. It never happened in the morning. It would either be in the afternoon, like I would throw up at work, but it always hit me at night. And even when I worked 24-hour shifts, most of the time if I was in my call room, I was throwing up. I was extremely nauseous. I would just dry heave, and then vomit, but it was like bile because I wasn't eating anything, or if I ate at night, I would just puke it up within the hour. So it didn't matter what it was gonna come back up. Nausea was just so bad. It was really hard. And like you saw in the beginning of this video, it still randomly hits me. It's not as bad as it used to be in the first trimester where it was like an everyday thing, but it was bad. I will say quickly one story. One of the nights at the hospital, I got called to a delivery. It was crazy. It was a shift where I delivered like 12 babies. It was probably 3 o'clock in the morning. I got called to a delivery. I did that delivery. As that baby's coming out, I hear over the speaker that there's an OB rapid in the ER. And that just means that someone, like something OB related emergency is coming in. So I'm like delivering this baby. I hear it and I'm like, oh, that patient's gonna be mine. I just had a feeling. I was like, that's gonna be me. So deliver the baby, the placenta's still in, and the charge nurse comes in and she's like, hey, that one's you. And I was like, I knew it. And it was someone that was precipitously delivering. I delivered the placenta and I was like, to the patient I had just delivered, I was like, I'm so sorry. I have to run out of the room and do another one. So quickly ran to the next room, did that delivery. This whole time I'm like dry heaving, trying not to vomit, while I'm trying to do my job. I finally deliver this other baby, that precipitous delivery baby, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, I'm gonna go chart. And I like left. I couldn't even make it to my call room. I had to run to triage where there was a trash can and I just started dry heaving and vomiting. And there was one nurse sitting there. She was like, are you okay? And I was just like broke down. I was like, I'm pregnant. And at that point, I had not told anyone. Honestly, she's probably the first person Corey and I told. But at that point, I'm like actively vomiting at my job in public. And she was so sweet. She was so excited, so happy, but obviously felt so bad for me because I'm like dry heaving and vomiting. But and she didn't tell anyone, which was really cool. And I really appreciated that. But that shift sucked. All right, let me go change. Okay, the lighting in here is terrible, but this is the outfit. The crazy dogs. What do we think? It is 1,000 degrees outside. No, I think it's gonna be like 115 today. So I needed something breathable, airy. I think it's cute. Okay, let's go to brunch, or I guess breakfast. See you soon, Katie. Just finished with breakfast. Katie, it was so good to catch up and talk. I'm trying to cool off in my car. It is so hot, 105 right now, and it's 10:30 in the morning. I haven't put my seatbelt on yet because it's gonna burn me unless I'm very careful. Same with the steering wheel. But I need to go run some errands. I need to go to Free People to make a return. I ordered an online dress at Free People and they sent it with the sensor. So I need to go have that removed. And crazy little me thought that ordering jeans, like jean shorts, and just sizing up would be cute. During pregnancy, absolutely not. They didn't fit at all. So I'm gonna give up on jeans. We're done with that. So I need to go run errands. It's so hot. These are some new prescription sunglasses that I got from Warby Parker. They're a little bit loose, so I also need to have them tightened. It's very basic, but I needed prescription sunglasses because otherwise I can't use sunglasses because I don't wear contacts. I got home from running errands, but then I ended up shopping at Free People. I have been obsessed with Free People since I found out I was pregnant and I started actually showing, because their style of clothes is like flowy, not tight, but it's still cute. Nothing is like really form-fitting, which I really like. So I ended up getting one matching set, a couple like loose tops and loose bottoms. So I didn't try anything on at the store. I cannot be bothered to do that. I will try those on when I get back. I also have to unbox my suitcase from Base. I bought the Barbie X Base like collab. I have yet to unbox it. A dentist appointment. I'm just refreshing for that. I don't love going to the dentist, but I know how important it is. And obviously, me being an OBGYN, I know how important like oral hygiene and oral health is during pregnancy. You have increased blood flow to your face and your gums during pregnancy, so your gums tend to be more sensitive, which mine are very sensitive, and they've been sensitive for like the last 2 or 3 weeks now. So I've been putting off going to the dentist because I know they're gonna bleed and it's gonna be painful, because it's painful right now. I need to do it because you're more likely to get gum disease, cavity, like infections in pregnancy. Also, the main reason I called the dentist is because I have a permanent retainer on my bottom teeth. Like, I got that placed when I was in high school after I got my braces removed. So that was over 10 years ago. Oh my gosh, it's been more than that. It's been like almost 15 years. And the corner of that permanent retainer, just like a wire, it started lifting and then it broke. So there's been like a sharp little piece that I feel all the time, and obviously it's not working anymore, so I'm gonna need a new retainer. And then for real, I'm gonna come back, need to go through some emails. I have to write a couple scripts for a collaboration with a company for a reel, TikTok, that type of thing. And then I'm gonna just talk about more first trimester things, like our genetic screening, which ones we decided to do, and other little symptoms that I've experienced here and there during the first trimester. So if someone wants to watch back on this and feel not alone, we're not alone. Okay, I am gonna go to my appointment and then I will see you when I get back. So I'm back from the dentist. Look at my pearly white. I had that retainer from the back of my teeth removed, and it's crazy because I feel like I haven't felt my teeth in 10 plus years. I need to still do some emails. I was at the dentist for 2 hours. It was a lot longer than I was expecting. So before I can actually sit down and film and all of that, I'm just gonna do some emails. I wanna cook dinner too, so see if I get that done. But yeah, let me shoot some emails. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I think last you saw, I was doing some work getting emails done. I had a couple scripts for collaborations to email out. And then last night, honestly, I was gonna sit down and talk more about my first trimester symptoms. I was too tired. I wanted to cook dinner, so it was just a chill night. Corey and I are rewatching Andor, and then we went to bed. Today, I'm making breakfast right now, and then after breakfast, I'm going to shower, get ready, and then hopefully sit down and talk to you all. Anyway, that is the plan. I am making this like viral TikTok breakfast fried egg feta cheese breakfast, hoping that it's good because it's good on TikTok. This is it. I didn't have a tortilla, or else that would be my base, but I have a couple slices of honey ham, feta cheese that's fried, an egg, avocado, chili, that like chili oil, onion oil or whatever from Trader Joe's. Apple juice is the only thing that doesn't make me nauseous in the morning. And I'm gonna have a tiny bit of coffee, hoping that that doesn't make me nauseous. Hi, I'm back and I'm ready to do the base unboxing. Doggos, hey, Ash, quiet on set please. They're going crazy. Well, let's unbox this Barbie collab. All right, we're gonna open the little one first. Watch your snout. By the way, I paid for these myself. They were not gifted to me. Oh my gosh, it's so cute! This is the mini weekender, I think. I have the full-size one in black. Yeah, the mini weekender. I love my black full-size weekender. It is the best carry-on bag. I usually take my carry-on rolly bag and then use the full size weekender as my like extra bag because it fits so much. And the best part of this bag is this bottom compartment here because it fits my shoes. I have really big feet. I'm a size 10 shoe. So the fact that I can put my shoes in this carry-on and not my like zip up one, that saves me so much room. So that's why I love these weekender bags. Is this like vinyl? I don't even know. Oh, I can't wait to use this. Perfect. Love. Oh my gosh. I got the cosmetics bag. I also have their cosmetics bag, but like the cream colored one. Honestly, if you're gonna get it, don't get the cream colored one. It gets really dirty. This again is that same vinyl material or whatever it's called. So I feel like it's going to clean a lot easier than the other one. It comes with a mirror, which I think that's great. But it's just good cosmetic bag. Time for the big one. Boy. I'm so excited. So much better in person. Oh my God. It's so cute. Okay. It's so cute inside. It comes with this? I thought this was extra. I love this. The little either dirty clothes, shoe bag, something like that. I like it. I like it a lot. Catch me on my next flight, all decked out in pink. Well done, base. I'm a fan. So for the rest of the video, I wanted to just keep it like chill and casual because that's how it's been. This is my first like vlog video like this, so be kind. I hope you like it. I have my little notebook where I write down content ideas, but since getting pregnant, I was like, oh, I should write down all of my symptoms so then I can share them. I just wanted to go over them more in detail. So because it has been crazy to experience pregnancy for the first time as an OBGYN. This is something that, right, I hear these symptoms and these complaints from patients all the time, and I know the appropriate counseling and I know how to talk to people about it, but it's also very special and different to be living these symptoms myself. I've covered my first symptom was the breast pain and breast tenderness. And just to go in more detail on this, and whatever, TMI, but this is my channel and I'm an OBGYN. I still experience the breast tenderness and like the soreness. Like, first of all, they've grown so much. I don't fit into my normal size anymore, and I've had to buy bigger sizes. Not wearing a bra is really not even an option anymore because my nipples are so sensitive that even like touching clothes is like unbearable. Sometimes even in the shower, if the water hits different, I feel like there's like a shot going through my body. It's crazy. I realize as an OBGYN the importance of exercise in pregnancy, but during that first trimester, the fatigue was so insane with my job, and then throw in first trimester and I was like, anytime I wasn't at work, I was asleep. Now I have more energy now that I'm in my second trimester. I used to do a lot of weightlifting type of training and exercising. So now when I go to the gym, I mainly walk a lot on the treadmill, and then I'll do some of Kayla Itzinas's pregnancy workouts on her app, which is all modified. I mean, there's still like squats and some weight like incorporation to it, like weightlifting, but it's all modified and it's like still pretty hard. I plan now that I'm feeling better and have more energy to make that more of a routine and to establish at least 3 days a week, slowly build that up to hopefully 5 days a week, which is the recommendation, because I know it's going to help me have a shorter labor course, which I want a short labor course. Everyone does, you know, less complications throughout the pregnancy, less risk of diabetes, kind of all that stuff. So that's the plan. I talked about the nausea and vomiting. You guys, I am still struggling with the nausea and vomiting, to be completely honest. And I think I'm going to make a full separate video on what I've done, what medications I tried, what food, because I feel like I've tried it all. It has gotten better, I won't lie. Like 2 nights ago, I was still dry heaving. Last night I was dry heaving. It's pretty miserable. I had to pull over while driving to throw up at a gas station. So that part really hasn't been fun. And at least I just haven't found something that's completely worked. And it may be something that the nausea just lingers for me and just stays. I know that happens in some pregnancies. I did lose a little bit of weight in the beginning of the pregnancy. I don't have hyperemesis. I've never needed infusions or IV medications or anything like that. It's been manageable, but it still sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. The way to describe the nausea, because Corey would be like, but how, like, I'd be like sitting down watching TV 1 minute and then like jumping off the couch and dry heaving. And he's like, but what does it feel like? And I was like, it just comes on suddenly and you feel it come on suddenly. And Corey was like, oh, does it feel like when you're on a boat? And I'm like, no, it's not that type of nausea. It's like a queasy, like you just queasy. I can't, if you've been pregnant, then you know what I'm talking about, but it does not, it's not like the room is spinning and I can't control it. Another symptom that I found really surprising and was not expecting is how much in the first trimester this actually messed with my mental health. Also, when I found out I was pregnant, I was switching jobs. I was in a bad place from that standpoint, but just didn't feel like myself. And that was really hard because I felt like my fatigue, my nausea, my vomiting, my like not feeling like myself was kind of trickling and affecting all different areas of my life. I remember just telling Corey, I'm like, I just don't feel like myself. And I wasn't my like bubbly, happy, energetic self, like eager to try new things, like get, you know, make content and do this and do that. Like I was just like, I felt lazy and that was really hard to cope with. And I know it's all just a mental thing. Like I know I'm not lazy, but the negativity and negative emotions that were in my head and my negative self-talk were just like on steroids. That first trimester like really did mess with me. And if you're feeling that way, like you're not alone, but talk to someone about it because I know that can be really scary to feel that way because you just don't feel like yourself. You feel like you're having this like out of body experience. So I get that. I feel better. It has gotten so much better now that I'm done with the first trimester, but boy, oh boy, was that rough. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is my first OB visit that I had and genetic testing that we decided to do for the pregnancy. I am seeing an OBGYN and it is someone I went to residency with, so I know her very well, obviously trained with her, love her. It just makes it easier because I know her, obviously. So my first OB appointment, I had an ultrasound where they measured the baby. Baby was measuring right on track, and that was really fun. I think the visits are really funny because my husband, Corey, he's a pharmacist, so he's in medicine, but obviously doesn't deal with like OB side of stuff. They're doing the ultrasound, he's asking all these questions and I'm like answering. And then sometimes he'll ask something and I'm like, oh, I can just explain that later. And I have to remind myself, like, shut up. Just like let your doctor and like the tech and stuff like answer questions. Like it's just, I tell Corey now before every visit, I'm like, ask the questions that you want to ask and don't let me answer them. Like just ask them, like no judgment. And if you want more detail, we can talk about it at home. But I think that part of it, I've gotten better at it. But at first I thought it was funny. Then I had my ultrasound and then I met with my OB and it was like a hangout sesh. Like she gave me the booklets, she gave me the pamphlets, the sample of prenatal vitamins, like all the standard stuff. And then we just kind of chatted, kind of caught up on where we were in our personal lives and all this stuff and just like so excited about this pregnancy and this baby. She gave me all the information on like a birthing class. She gave Corey information on like a first time dad class type of thing. And I cannot wait for Corey to do that class. One, I think it's going to be a great way to meet people or other men that are in his exact same similar situation. So that'll get us more friends because it's so hard to make friends as an adult. I'm excited for him to do that. Okay, sorry about that. My battery died, so I had to get a new battery. But I think look at Miss Maggie. So I think where I left off, I was talking about how at my new OB appointment, my OB also gave me information on a birthing class that you can take with your partner. And I am excited to actually go to this class. I didn't think I would be, but then I think it'd be really fun. I want Corey to like be educated and know what to expect. He's never seen a delivery. So I think it would be really fun to do that class with him. And I vow to just keep my mouth shut and just listen and to what they have to say. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is the genetic screening, because that is something that we talked about at my first appointment. Maggie girl, you're going down. I have an older video on here where I talk about genetic screening options and which ones are available and what they mean and all this kind of stuff. So I'll make sure and link it down below or link it on the screen somewhere. But we decided to do the NIPT, or the non-invasive prenatal genetic testing. The NIPT is the acronym for it. This is a test that's just done off of blood work on me. Look for common like chromosomal genetic conditions. Obviously, like I tell all of my patients, it cannot test for every single genetic condition out there, but it's going to look for the most common ones. So things like trisomy 21, which is Down syndrome, trisomy 13, trisomy 18, Turner syndrome, and a handful of other ones that are much more rare. It can also determine the sex of the baby if you want to know that. Now, luckily for my side of the family and Corey's side of the family, there's no known genetic conditions like that run in our family. But due to my age at time of delivery, I will be considered AMA, or advanced maternal age, and that puts me at a slightly increased risk of conditions like Down syndrome. So that's why I opted to do the NIPT. And I really wanted to know what I was having. So I do know what I'm having. I haven't decided how I'm going to share that on here, or if just to wait until the baby's born. Everything came back normal, praise God. I think that's it. I think that's everything I wanted to cover so far as my first trimester of pregnancy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other ideas of content you want to see from me, from my unique perspective being an OBGYN and being pregnant for the first time, let me know. Next video I'm going to post after this one is going to focus on what I consider to be the most important thing to do if you're trying to conceive. So that will be live next. Thank you for following me along on this casual days. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I haven't really done a video format like this, so I'm still learning. If you have any feedback, please let me know. If you just prefer me to sit down and chat like this as opposed to like a vlog, please tell me. Now I have to go hang out with these crazy puppers. I hope you guys are having a great day, a good week. I love you so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye.